Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 3 of my American Union State playthrough here in Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, in which I'm keeping my fingers crossed because we just had a hotfix drop, so I'm hoping I'm not going to crash at midnight or something. Now, I know the hotfixes usually should not cause any sort of a crash, but, you know, it's a mod, and don't get me wrong, the devs are amazing, the Kaiserreich devs are great. But you just never know what could happen. All right, so we're still trying to box this guy in. So it looks like we've got a motorized division coming out here. Actually, there's a lot of divisions in this little pocket. So I think it's because it's in between recording sessions for me. French Republic wants to send me volunteers. Thank you very much. That's weird. Entente supporting me, and the Republic at that. Huh. All right, delay. Even when a battle cannot be won, it is advantageous to slow the progress of attacking forces with ambushes and delaying tactics. Good. Let's start improving our tanks a little bit. You know, start thinking about post-war in July of 1937. Oh, give me that good stuff. All right. Fall of Madrid to Carlist, Spain. We could see the rare Carlist victory out here. All right, and just everybody push. Everybody push. We gotta wait. I have two that are kind of similar in color here. Let's make this much clearer. All right. Pledge of Allegiance. Ah, so it begins. One of the more unusual well-wishers to visit Huey Long is an eccentric but passionate man named William Dudley Pelley. And this is where, if this was like a movie, like a cheap movie, you'd have the scary music come in or something, or his theme would be introed. Pelley is the leader of an all-white legionarist political and religious social club called the Silver Legion. His membership size is moderate, but his enthusiasm for Huey Long's ideals is unsettlingly enthusiastic. Pelley has come with a request for money to take on an evangelistic and patriotic tour of America to gather supporters for the American Union State. This proposal would imply to Huey's followers that he supports the fledgling Christian identity movement, which clashes with his personal distaste for the political ideology of Klansmen and prohibitionists. How shall we respond? We agree to this deal, or we refuse this deal, which will increase my army experience gain. Interesting. But we agree to this deal, which is going to lower the popularity of the authoritarian Democrats. Still strong, though. Nothing to worry about. Huey Long, the new Washington, things are going to be just fine. Now, we're really short on infantry equipment still, which is it's hurting. It's hurting me. Now, over here in Washington, how are things looking? Still don't have it. But we have, geez, the whole Entente is now getting on board. That's so strange. I guess they see that the United States is a lost cause, so they're gonna help us out instead. And come on, let's try to. We just gotta find those gaps. Find those gaps in the line. There we go. Okay, so we got a lot. It looks like the United States is putting a lot of these divisions into trying to take back California, and I am dealing with resistance to occupation in a lot of the Southwest. Hopefully, we can get the United States to capitulate kind of quick here, so we can deal with that. And maybe we can also cut off the combined syndicates. They're kind of slanted right now. All right, firearms manufacturing is done. What do we want to do next? How's our manpower? We're still on volunteer only, although we get a pretty decent amount of manpower. I think, yeah, because we've got really high popularity. So, wait, did I just see Hugo Black? Oh, nice. Well, okay, hold on. Let's expand the National Guard. Wait a second. Okay, so our ministers, we've got Charles Coughlin, David Walsh, Francis Everett Townsend, and Hugo Black is actually a member of the government. Nice. So Hugo Black, I think I might have mentioned him in passing in one of my other campaigns that I'm doing, but Hugo Black, he was a Supreme Court justice starting in 1937 that we're talking about in real life. He was somebody who was born in Alabama, this like dirt poor area of Alabama. And, oh my gosh, I think we're actually going to make it to Chicago. But, let's actually go past Chicago so we can cut these guys off here. Although we also need to come up to Seattle. Anyway, so Hugo Black, he was a Supreme Court justice who was at one point a member of the KKK. Now, you got to remember, at the time, this is when like half the population of Birmingham, Alabama was the KKK. Every man was in the KKK. It was just understood. He eventually decides to leave it of his own volition. He wasn't forced out. He hadn't become a politician yet, but he leaves it to be, and then he later on in his life runs for senator. So he ends up being a senator for a while. He's very much a New Dealer kind of guy, working with FDR. And in 1937, FDR picks him to be an associate justice on the Supreme Court. Now, he will go on to stay on the Supreme Court until the Nixon administration. I think he died in, I want to say 1971. Well, he technically retired, but because like he'd had a stroke and he just couldn't hang in there anymore, and so he was gonna, he was just definitely gonna die, and he resigned and died like a week later. What have we got here? United States trying to make a comeback on us. So, but what's really cool about him is he was a part of the Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court decision, which was famous for declaring segregation illegal in the United States of America, overturning the earlier Plessy versus Ferguson, which established the concept of separate but equal. No, don't actually go into Chicago. We're just going to cut it off. Oh, we've got them on the ropes. We have got them on the ropes now. Let's do a little quick upgrade over here. Infantry expert. Oh gosh, where was I? He's part of the Brown versus Board of Education decision that in segregation and so the Supreme Court is saying that black people can go to the same kitchen countertops that white people can and things like that. And he is hated in Alabama for this. Actually, I'll get to the Alabama stuff in a minute. But while he is when the oral arguments for the case were being argued for Brown versus Board of Education, the man arguing them was a man named Thurgood Marshall, who was a lawyer for the NAACP, who they have a lot of events in the game, as those of you who are watching all of my Kaiserreich American Civil War series know. So he was their lawyer, and Thurgood Marshall eventually goes on to become a Supreme Court justice himself, the first black Supreme Court justice in American history. We'll come back to that later. So anyway, once Hugo Black had been a part of the Brown versus Board of Education decision making it legal for black people to go to white schools and stuff, this of course was extremely unpopular in the South. You had a lot of states react differently for this. Like, for example, Arkansas, when they found out, Arkansas, that's right down here with Little Rock, Arkansas found out, the law says that black kids and white kids have to go to school together. We're just going to close the schools then. And they just closed the schools for a year. Right, fall of Chicago. Minutemen militias have been pushing towards the combined syndicates of America's temporary capital of Chicago for a while now. Reports are now coming in of the city's imminent capture by advancing Union troops. Jack Reed's current whereabouts are unknown, but it is believed he has fled the city with militia units. Widespread atrocities are being reported as Minutemen round up captured militia members and CSA activists to put them to the firing squad. And many fires are spreading unchecked through the city's high-rise districts. Is this the end of the syndicate experiment in America? The United States is still the one that's closer to falling. We just gotta break in here, but they're not letting us, are they? Oh shoot, they got over here to Norfolk. But so even though the CSA looks kind of chopped up right now, it's actually technically the United States that's closer to capitulating. Although they've got a ton of... Where's their capital right now? Their capital right now is Philadelphia. So this means everybody out here in the Midwest is starting to get surrounded. Now, we're going to take the 5 of you, and we're going to move you over here as well. They're coming over there, right? Yeah. Okay, so the Alabama legislature was so upset with Hugo Black over this that they decreed that Hugo Black, even though he was born in Alabama, could not be buried there. It got really ugly for a while. They said, like, you can't be buried there. As far as I'm aware, he never went back home after that. His son had to leave the state because he was receiving death threats, so his son had to move out. And I think that it is for that reason that Hugo Black was eventually buried in Arlington Cemetery, which is, I don't know if it's in Washington, D.C. I think it's actually technically in Virginia, but it's next to Washington, D.C. It's basically the prestigious cemetery of the United States, the most prestigious, for lack of a better term. Let's move some things around here. Okay. And, yeah, so it... now, Hugo Black, then he continues to serve on the Supreme Court for many, many years, and then it gets to be the late 60s, so he's already been on the court for like 30 years at this point, and Lyndon Johnson nominates Thurgood Marshall, the lawyer for the NAACP, who had argued Brown versus Board of Education. He nominates him to be an Associate Justice on the Supreme Court. He is approved by the Congress, and then Thurgood Marshall specifically requests that Hugo Black be the one who swears him in to the Supreme Court. So a former Alabaman KKK member ends up swearing in the first black Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. And yeah, that's... And anyway, that's why I thought it's cool that this little picture was here, that he was included in. Because, see, yeah, this would have been 36, 37. He would have still been a senator. Come on. Come on now. Floyd Olson is still putting up a fight, isn't he? Okay. Let's clear this up. We do still have, yeah, as long as we have Seattle and stuff, yeah, now we've got Chicago surrounded once more. We're going to delete those orders and, whoops, wait, what's going on here? Wait, hold a sec. Things are acting funny. Dang it, they got through to Chicago again. I was about to say that with Chicago surrounded, now everybody's starving. Did I just lose the encryption or wait, what? I think I accidentally just deleted some orders. Okay, wait, this is weird. Let's do that. Okay, that got weird for a second. I don't know what happened. We have the National Guard, so we're getting those bonuses. So I suppose let's do the we can do it. Come on, let's get to it. You know, Hugh, we can do it. They got a motorized division running around in Dover. Let's get the cutoff here, and then these divisions can die. We really gotta knock the United States out, man, because the occupation it's really getting on my nerves. Although, who's closer? They're really close to capitulation. I'm sure that all it would take would be me getting Washington, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, we need to... Alright, you need to run some interference here, and you need to get up here. Great, we got an injured general now. You need to... Yeah, just zigzag us through here. Okay, cool. We're gonna entrap a few more divisions on this side. They're almost out of manpower, the United States. Good, good. Come on. Wait, there we go. Get in here. Why can't we do it? The river crossing and the terrain. Okay, but we've got an armored division ready to go. And tanks are so good in urban warfare. So let's actually put them over here for right now. Although no, we're gonna put them over here, even though there's the negative. Let's get them assigned to this area, and we're still trying to figure this out. Maybe we can come down to New York City. Okay, yeah, you guys need to be attacking much more frequently than you are now. Come on, Ridgeway. Okay, this militia unit, let's have you destroy that. You to run across the north here, near the border with Canada. Yeah, we kind of got it. The thing is, they just have these little enclaves that they're hanging out in. Let's have one of you get up here to Bangor. How is my logistics? Still really, really short on infantry equipment, which is, I think, the real reason why I'm having such trouble moving into Washington. But at least the CSA is not trying to finish these guys off. There we go. This is what I was hoping for. We got Chicago cut off again. Dang it. What? What? Whatever. Acted dumb. Okay, yeah, they're almost out. And they keep... Oh, that's it. They're going to lose their port now. This just got a whole lot easier for me. Okay, can we get over here to Harrisburg? Who's closer to capitulating now? It's still technically the United States, but until I get Washington, it's not going to happen. Look at this. How many divisions do we have here? And they can't even take out this... Oh, it's the Japanese. See, the Japanese are helping hold on to Washington. This happens so much in the games now. Harrisburg's worth 2 victory points. Maybe... yeah, I don't know. They're just creating this little fortress here that we've got to deal with. And I don't see how we can... Okay, what's this? Panzer Expert, Combined Arms Expert. Let's give him the Panzer Expert before I forget. Anybody else ready for an upgrade in something? Yeah, Patton. How many traits does he still have? He's got a couple, so I think we're going to do Guerrilla Fighter for that entrenchment speed. That's going to be good later. Okay. Why are we having supply issues up here? Or what's going on? Okay. Alright, we got them all cut off over here. How many divisions do they have left? 22, 42. Okay, so we're just closing up the pockets here. And gonna try to like I said, just close up these pockets. Then they're gonna both just be trapped in the northeast, and it should be relatively easy to deal with them bit by bit. See, even now they should be starving. Not really though. We've taken all their victory points, and that's what matters. So why have they not capitulated? We probably need Philadelphia. Or, no, we don't have Philadelphia. Wait. Oh, yeah, Chicago is technically their capital, so maybe we should just capitulate it right now. Because I think now we're also starting to... Yeah, we're getting occupation problems everywhere, because we haven't capitulated either of them yet. Okay. Right now we have 111 factories. They've got 0 military factories over here. So we could just eventually wear them down, I think. Of course, part of the problem is going to be that there's volunteers here, so they're getting guns from elsewhere in the world. Still, I think we're going to be able to wear them down just fine. We've also taken the least amount of casualties of all of them, so that's good. Okay, split it. You guys come here. You go down there. You are going to cut across the north. Yeah, just keep filling up all these little pockets. Alright, we can do it is done. I think we want military industry. Start filling up on that infantry equipment. And we're just going to have one of these divisions running around in New England, just filling in these tiles. So they've got about 28,000 men left and 16 divisions. Obviously, they're all right here. Still can't kill these guys. Come on, hit them from every direction. Maybe we can go to 4 speed. pretty comfortably. I think we also can go ahead and increase the conscription law. I know we don't need to, but just for later. Oh yeah, and here's our tank division. Start putting him to good work. Now, how am I doing on motorized? Pretty good, but I'm still short on infantry equipment. I was just thinking maybe we can make some motorized divisions just to kind of clear these tiles out a little quicker, but no. Oh, dang it, they just got through here. They managed to achieve a breakthrough, so I don't have this encirclement. And we can't seem to actually break into Chicago proper. And, okay. Alright, so these guys are finally through. Let's get them over here. Alright, Lend-Lease, yes please. You guys, with the Puerto Rico National Guard, I want you to come over here. Yeah, we're just going to start surrounding Washington, plain and simple. Actually, here's what we need. We need you guys to come down to Norfolk as quickly as you can. Yes, please give me all the freaking Lend-Lease, although I think we've run out of convoys. Yeah, we've run out of convoys, even though I'm trying to build them as quickly as possible. Well, we got some more dockyards, but everything's basically needing to be repaired. But I think we might be able to end the Civil War in this episode, which would be nice. Wait, let's just get a couple of you here, just to clean this out, clean that tile up. Alright, that's done. Now over here, is this all that they've got left? Yeah, 3 to 5 divisions. Come on in to Chicago. Very good. Let's do something like that. Now I wonder if I maybe should leave this open and I'll get lucky and they'll just kind of abandon Washington in a desperate urge to move south. Ace pilot's been promoted. Cool. That's always nice. Spanish Civil War is over, and mine still rages on. Okay, come on. Look at all these divisions. How many divisions are here? We got to be able to get Chicago again. That's it. Beautiful. Are they still going? Are they still alive somewhere? Do I have to wait for midnight? Okay, come over here. You go over there. Very good. And I think we could just hit the 5-speed button now. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable doing that. Free Liberia just joined the 3rd International. Oh, and the CSA still has Philadelphia. That's how they're hanging on. Well, we're going to get this nice cutoff here. The collapse of the American syndicates. It appears that the syndicate government is on its last legs in the American Civil War. Oh, this is just basically the things. They now have the, what is it, Benjamin Ward. Take all of it. Thank you. Okay, we got the light tanks going. Start working on some support equipment and towed artillery just a bit. Yeah, like I said before, I'm preparing for after the war already. Alright, military industry is done. I'm actually not going to take anything. Let's see if I can move up my conscription law one more time up to extensive. Oh, we're not going to be able to. The estimated enemy strength won't allow me. I was going to say I might try to cheese it and get something better. We can do military research here. Where's the armored cavalry? Down there. Okay, let's pick up. We're going to need shock and awe and military research for that. Alright, so let's pick this up now then. Getting help from, yeah, a lot of the Entente, giving us Lend-Lease and stuff. Very good. I think we'll be able to finish off old Floyd here pretty soon. We've only got 10 divisions left. Well, we've got these guys cut off down here. They don't have access to any port. Alright. Baltimore and Washington are surrounded. We got to keep isolating. We've got a couple of divisions. There's an Austrian division down here. Oh, they're canceling Lend-Lease. Why? Just because I've got infantry equipment now? Just keep giving me free stuff. Okay. So Stuart is done. What is this? I don't think I've seen this before. Colonial reform in Middle Africa. For years, the elaborate web of German colonies in Central Africa has proven to be an enigma to many outside observers. Public knowledge of the inner workings of this opaque heart of darkness has increased recently due to transparency and public relations drives by the Reformgruppen currently running the colony. It appears that the Reformgruppen has made the bold decision to overhaul Middle Africa's Byzantine system of rule, dominated by colonies, puppet kingdoms, and former British territories. Already plans have been set out establishing autonomous kingdoms for loyal African leaders under German stewardship, with future action planned for further decentralization. In only a few short years, Africa's fate has changed forever. The dark continent is now a tad brighter. Wow, that is some portrait. I've never seen this portrait before of Hassel. Wow. Well, isn't that something? So, do we want to pick up the heavies? I just don't know how I want to play this, you know. The modern is called the Patton. That's awesome. So you know we've got to rush down there at some point. So, since I am going to try to rush down there, let's pick up some heavy tanks right now. And maybe we could use our 2 research bonuses on... then again, I was just about to say we could use the 2 research bonuses we'll get for armor on the 2 heavy tanks, but then I'd just be stuck with modern tanks that I can't touch yet. Well, I've got a few different plans. And I think all we could do now here is just wear them down. Just attack them all the time, constantly, until they crumble. Where's this guy's about to be through. Oh, then again, military research, if it's like the regular one, I should be able to give some sort of bonus to something. So maybe I could, right now this would take 900 days, but I could put it towards tanks maybe, and pick up the M6A1. Let's see, modernize our guns, modernize our tanks. It's only a 10% bonus, whatever I grab. Okay, if it's going to be that case, we're just going to modernize our doctrines. But I've got some, I think, interesting ideas for... Alright, the Silver Legion. Along the way during the national tour, William Pelley came into contact with radio preacher Herbert W. Armstrong. In order to raise an army for the American Union to state a favor of what they see as a moral war, they have officially combined their beliefs to form the Pelley-Armstrong line. This has swelled the Silver Legion into tens of thousands of members from all across the country, and reports of their speeches have come in. In inclusion to the strongly anti-Catholic and pro-segregationist rhetoric at these speeches are promises that are said to come from Huey Long in favor of almost extraordinary wages for whites and benefits for veterans after the Civil War. As these have entered the rumor mill, there is nothing we can do to stop these promises from spreading. We should keep an eye on them. So we got a little bit more manpower. I guess people are more willing to join the army because of the benefits or something. Only 5,000 more people in the whole country. Let's get you right here. No, that's actually dumb. That's over the river. Let's get you here. Come on, guys. Use the force. Use the force. Attack. Okay. 22. Let's see. Outcome undecided against 6 of these. Oh, jeez, it's these Japanese divisions. Look at this, 348 defense. Yeah, that's pretty good. They've actually got entrenchment. Speaking of which, okay, so we do have these over here. Okay, so I want to pick up the signal company. Come on now, come on. You know, I think I have a different idea for how I want to play this out with the tanks. We're going to take this now even though it's like 2 years ahead of time. Come on, keep pushing, fellas. Last stand of the dead nation. It'd be romantic if they weren't such scum. Deals with Reed and attempting to assassinate me. All right, and there we have it. One nation under long. Great, so there it is. Let's where's those event pop-ups, and then we'll call it a day. Shouldn't we be getting some sort of event pop-up because the war's over? There we go. America is united. At long last, America has been united under our banner. Numerous traitors and would-be tyrants have tried to destroy and corrupt America. However, we have held firm and taken control. The flag now flies proudly from coast to coast, and the Americans can bask in the liberty they all enjoy. It gives me 100 political power. Awesome. Huey Long and his allies have triumphed over all their enemies. With this victory, we can now celebrate a new era of peace. Though there is much rebuilding to do, we shall take this time to celebrate our victory. So, America shall be great again. So, we're going to wait, actually, before I click this. So, just to get a few days less of the resistance and things like that, so that I could finish up this American auto industry thing. And then we'll start going down the different paths. So... Alright, that's done. America shall be made great again. Focus bypass to New Washington. Paraguayan, congratulations. With the end of the conflict, it seems that we finally have some time to breathe. Letters from Paraguayan citizens personally thanking the Kingfish for his fight for freedom and against syndicalism keep arriving from the small South American nation that regards Long as a true hero. Peace is its own reward, but we thank them nonetheless. Capital of America. With the Civil War over, the question of what should be the capital for the new America has been brought up. Of the many cities within the country, four are the most promising. Which city shall be chosen as the new capital? Okay, I was kind of hoping this would happen later under Pelley, this event, but you guys know that we're not staying in New Orleans because I'm not staying with Huey. So we are going into Charleston, South Carolina, and we're going to talk about Charleston, South Carolina a little bit later. But, it was free from devastation. And aren't we supposed to have the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, we have the resistance. I don't know. What am I thinking? Of course, the decision isn't there yet, but we now are dealing with resistance. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. And in the next episode, a certain figure is going to emerge from the shadows. And America will never be the same again. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.